Hello guys, welcome to my childhood bedroom. Happy 2018. I'm actually pre-recording this, so at time of recording it is 2017. I'm currently home in New York for Christmas, but by the time you see this it will be 2018, so Happy New Year. Welcome to our very first Movement Monday. Just what it sounds like, a little bit of movement on a Monday. So let's start in a tall, comfortable seat. Any seat that allows you to sit with a long spine, taking a moment just to arrive on the mat, to sort of settle, to dip in. Once you find your comfortable seated position, go ahead and take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Taking a moment to check in with the body, check in with the breath, noticing any sensations that might be present. And then gently fluttering the eyes open if you have them closed, and we'll get moving. If you are seated on a prop, go ahead and move it out and come onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Stacking the wrists right underneath the shoulders and the knees right underneath the hips. We'll start with some cat-cows. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Then as you exhale, round the back, press the earth away, bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale, arch, lift the gaze. And exhale, round, press the earth away. Inhale, pull the shoulder blades back towards each other as you open the chest. And as you exhale, feel the shoulder blades spread on the back as you round. Take two more just like this. Allowing your breath to lead your movement. Inhaling to arch and exhaling to round. And then making your way to a neutral spine. We'll take a twist here in our tabletop position. So go ahead and take the right arm and open it all the way up towards the sky. And as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left, bringing the right shoulder, the right cheek to the earth. Keeping the left hand in front of the face if you'd like, or you can extend it long over the left ear, or you can come into a half bind, choosing the variation that works for you today. Taking one more breath here. Inhale deep. And exhale long. Bringing the left hand back in front of the face if you moved it. Undoing the twist, opening the right arm all the way up to the sky, right back where we came from. And then release the right hand to the earth. And take the other side. On an inhale, left arm extends all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, left arm threads underneath the right, bringing left shoulder to the earth, left cheek to the earth. And taking whatever arm variation you took on the other side, taking that here with the right arm as well. And deciding if you'll extend the arm long or come into the half bind. Taking one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Bringing the right hand back in front of the face, pressing into the palm, opening the left arm all the way up to the sky, and then releasing the left hand down. And from here, we'll go ahead and come into a downward facing dog. So walk the hands forward slightly, tuck the toes underneath you, lift the knees, lift the hips. Coming into your downward facing dog, go ahead and take any movement that feels good here. So maybe pedaling out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe bending deeply into one knee, maybe shifting the hip side to side. Any movement that speaks to you in this shape. And when you feel that you are satisfied with movement in this shape, begin to find stillness. Spread the fingers wide. Press firmly through all 5 finger pads. Externally rotate the arms. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Press the chest back towards the legs. And the belly stays active. The kneecaps pull up towards the hip points so that the quadriceps stay active. And then from here, slowly start to walk the feet up towards the hands. Finding hip width distance between the feet. So if you place 2 fists between the feet, that should measure out your hip width distance. Go ahead and bring a generous bend into the knees and allow the torso and head to hang heavy. Maybe shaking the head yes and no a few times. Maybe shifting the weight on the feet slightly forward and back or side to side. And if you would like to hold opposite elbows here for the added leverage, feel free to do so. Maybe bringing a sway into the torso. If you're holding the elbows, go ahead, release them. On an inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. This time as you exhale, stay here, bringing hands to hips. On your next inhale, come all the way up to stand with a flat back. Coming to find your Tadasana mountain pose. So bringing the big toes to touch. You might have a slight gap in between the heels. Feel as though your feet are 2 suction cups on the earth, just suctioning onto the ground below you. Pull kneecaps up towards the hip points, shoulder blades back and down. We'll take a few sun stretches here. So as you inhale, go ahead and lift the arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips, leading with the chest. Feel free to bring a bend into the knees. Inhale, lift halfway, find length in the spine. And exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, come all the way up to stand with a flat back, arms rise. And exhale, hands into heart center. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands into heart. We'll add on to that a little bit for Surya Namaskar. Inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, fold forward, lead with the chest. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. As you exhale, bring the hands to the mat and step right foot back and then left foot back. Find a plank pose. Nice strong plank with the shoulders right above the wrists. Feel free to modify this plank by bringing the knees to the earth. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lower the knees and then the torso all the way down to the earth. On an inhale, pull the shoulder blades back towards each other. Lift the chest for cobra pose. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, lift knees and hips for downward facing dog. And breathe. On your next inhale, look between the hands. And as you exhale, step the feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. On your inhale, come all the way up to stand with a flat back, arms rise. Exhale, hands into heart center. We'll take one more round like that to bring us into downward facing dog. So inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back, plank pose. Inhale here. As you exhale, option to drop the knees or bend the elbows, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, come into cobra pose like we did before, or coming into upward facing dog with the thighs lifted. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here, a few breaths. From here, we're going to step the right foot forward in between the hands, bringing it next to the right thumb, and then go ahead and lower the left knee to the earth, untucking the back toes. Get steady in the legs here, and as you're ready, bringing the hands onto the right thigh. Notice if you are dumping down into the hips, pull the pubic bone up towards the navel, create a little bit more length. You should feel this intensify in the left hip flexor. From here, if you feel steady, go ahead and lift the arms, coming into Anjaneyasana. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, lower the hands to the earth. From here, we'll straighten the right leg so the right hip pulls back in space. The right toes lift, flexing back towards your face. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, maybe fold a little bit more. I'm trying to keep a long spine as much as possible. This is a great place for blocks. If you have a couple blocks or a couple sturdy brooks, you can use the blocks underneath the hands to help bring the earth up to meet you. Taking one more breath here. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Go ahead and rebend the right knee. Plant the palms on the earth. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Stepping the left foot in between the hands, next to the left thumb. The right knee comes to the earth. Untuck the back toes. Get steady in the legs. Left hands to the left thigh. Again, notice if we're dumping down into the hips. Pull pubic bone towards navel. Create lift here. Lifting out of the pose. And then if you feel steady, the arms can lift up by the ears. Take one more inhale. And exhale, lower the hands. Start to straighten the left leg, pulling the left hip back in space, lifting the left toes. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, maybe you lower the torso a little bit closer to the leg. Making sure to keep the extended leg active so the quadricep is awake to allow the hamstring to release. One more breath here. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Go ahead and rebend the left knee. Plant the palms, tuck back toes, lift back knees, step left foot back, downward facing dog. And go ahead and lower the knees to the earth. Come to a seat. We're going to come onto our backs for bridge pose. So making your way onto your back. Lying all the way down, bringing the feet flat onto the mat with the knees pointing straight up to the sky. Extend the arms long by the sides of your body. And with the arms long here, you should be able to graze the backs of your heels with your middle fingers. When you can do that, you'll know that you've got the feet set up where they should be, so right underneath the knees. And as you're ready here, go ahead and press down into the feet to lift the hips up. And if you'd like, if it's available to you today, you can snuggle the shoulders underneath you and clasp the hands, pressing the arms down into the earth to help the hips lift up a little bit more. Notice if you start to clench your glutes here, and go ahead and release them, let those go. And imagine that there is a block in between your thighs, and gently press in towards the block so that the legs do not splay out. Taking one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead, release the hands. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, begin to roll yourself down. And take your feet as wide as your mat and allow the knees to knock in towards each other. Taking a moment here. We'll come into one more bridge pose. You always have the option of taking a passive bridge if you would prefer. If you have a block or a sturdy book, you may use a sturdy book as well. But really nice and easy. You'll lift the hips, you'll bring the block underneath the sacrum, choose the height that works for you, and you'll set the sacrum down on the block, and you'll rest right here. It's a nice way to come into this back bend in a passive way. If you do want to come into a more active back bend, go ahead and set up the feet once again. And as you're ready, press down into the feet as you lift the hips. And if you'd like, you can snuggle the shoulders underneath, press down into the arms, into the hands, as the hips reach for the sky. Go ahead, release the hands, and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll it down. Go ahead, bring the feet as wide as your mat, and this time windshield wiper the legs. The knees will drop over towards the right, and then the left, and right, and left. Neutralizing the lower back, releasing the back bend. And then from here, go ahead and hug both knees in towards the chest, giving them a squeeze here, maybe a gentle rock side to side. We'll come into an easy supine twist, so taking both knees, dropping them over towards the left, maybe scooching the hips over towards the right slightly, taking the right arm, extending it out towards the right, either in a T-shape or cactus arm, and bringing the gaze over the right shoulder towards the right hand. Lifting legs up to center, we'll drop them over towards the other side. Taking the knees to the right, the left arm will extend out towards the left, either in a cactus or a T-shape. Gaze will be over the left shoulder. And then lifting the legs back into center, giving them one last squeeze here. Maybe taking a happy baby if you'd like, lifting the feet, taking hold of the outside edges of the feet, pulling the hips down towards the earth, and giving it a rock side to side. And then as you're ready, extending the legs long, allowing them to be, the feet to be as wide as your mat, maybe wider. Releasing the arms by the sides of the body, the palms face up. We'll take a brief little Shavasana here. Go ahead and take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Releasing any control over the breath. allowing it to flow naturally in and out of the body, allowing the eyelids to close, allowing yourself to completely surrender to the earth beneath you. Bringing a gentle wiggle to the fingers and the toes. Turning the head gently side to side. Extending the arms long overhead. Take a long stretch here. And then bringing your feet flat onto your mat. Rolling onto the side of your choice. Rolling on to the right if you need a little more calm, grounding energy. Rolling on to the left if you'd like some more awake energy. And then using the hands to press you up. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. The attention inward. Make your way to a comfortable seat. Taking a moment to observe breath and body here in your seat. And as you're ready, fluttering the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me on this first Movement Monday. I'll be back in here tomorrow with a tutorial for you. So have an awesome rest of your day. Namaste.